Hello, YouTube fans. This is TheSkullKlown. Hopefully, you like my Texas Chainsaw T-shirt. But obviously, I've showed this T-shirt off before, but I'm just wearing it today. I want to mention something real quick. I do. I truly want to mention something real quick. Tomorrow is Thanksgiving, but I just want to mention something. I'm just drinking here. But I just want to mention something. Obviously, you could tell from the title. And the thing is, it's not all women. I want to say that right now. It's not all women, and it's not even all men either. But I have noticed over the years that when it comes to sexy women in media or some shit like that, and we gush over it as men, we get criticized like crazy, right? But instantly, when a woman sees a fine ass man, right, in her eyes, we need to shut the fuck up about it. And I get it. You have your sexual preference, and so do we. But apparently, we can't express that because apparently we're all pedophiles now. Oh, we all sick and disgusting men, and you wonder why some of these ladies can't find a man. Maybe because society literally told us to fuck off, and you told us to fuck off, so we were like, okay, fine. I'm staying single. You told us to fuck off? Alright, we're focusing on ourselves. Now, again, going back, it's not all women that are like this. It's not. All women will respect what the man is attracted to, and vice versa. But yet, it's so stupid. It is. It's so stupid. And most people are like, what if those people are in a relationship? That's not my fucking problem, to be quite honest with you. That's between you two, not fucking me, to be quite honest with you. And it kind of still goes that way. If you're mad, if you're a couple and you're mad that he's looking at a woman, but it's okay for you to look at a man, maybe you guys need to both look at maybe both of you need to look at yourself in the mirror and realize maybe this relationship does not work. It doesn't matter if you have a kid or not. Maybe if you guys need to be fucking separate. Just so you know. I mean, I'm not a guidance counselor or anything like that. I never had a relationship in my life. But it's just something that I'm like, oh, I don't know, maybe just call it off. If you guys want to be bigots about it, to be quite honest with you. Just saying. Just saying. But again, I'm not going to make this video that long. I just wanted to mention it because, again, I've been seeing it for a long, long time. And it's like, okay, you ladies can have your sexy men and shit like that. But instantly, when we have a sexy woman, you're instantly criticize it in media. You say it's over-sexualized. For example, like Harley Quinn. Or some other actress like Mary Elizabeth Winston as Ramona Flowers, for example. That's just an example. But since I pointed these two examples, obviously there's going to be a lot of females that are quote unquote woke. You're not woke. You're a Nazi. You're a feminazi. That's what you are. A feminazi. Not a feminist, but you're a feminazi. That's what I like to call it. Or femabitch. Which one you want? You want to be called feminazi or femabitch? Because either way, it's still not good. So, it's just very disturbing. Sometimes. It is. It's the same thing when you hear some of these women that are so-called black and Afro-Hispanic people, especially so-called black. I'm mostly seeing it from, and again, it's not all of you women, but I've been seeing some women being like, yeah, if you have a baby boy, just abort him. Does that even make sense? No, they're all people like that. Can you believe that? That don't want nothing to do with men. So when they find out they're going to have a baby boy, all the people are like, just abort it, just abort it, just abort it, just abort it. There's even women out here literally saying that, oh, if your goal is to be a caring and nature mother, then you're the problem. No, you're the problem. The hell's wrong with you? And I'm so glad that my sisters, my blood sisters, don't listen to that crap at all. Seriously, because you would look at my own sisters and literally be like, oh, you have kids? Oh, you downgraded yourself. You're a woman. You're supposed to have a fucking child. If not, then why you have reproductive organs? Same thing with a man. We're all supposed to mate. You idiot. Seriously. You know? Alright? Seriously. It's funny too, because you don't see that shit in nature. I wonder why. Yet you're going to look at nature and be like, oh, those are just wild animals. Yeah, those are just wild animals. Meanwhile, I literally 1 year was passing through I was right next to the woods, and I was going to go meditate, and there was a bear right next to me, not that far away from me, in the woods. The bear could have done anything to me, but the bear didn't do anything to me. The bear just looked at me, I looked at it, looked at the bear, say, what's up, moved on, and I meditated in the woods. That bear could have done anything to me, and it didn't. So you mean to tell me that nature's that wired? It sounds like you're the wired one. Sounds like you're the one that is a fucking monkey that likes to throw shit all the time. I'm dead serious. You're no different than a fucking chimpanzee. Have you seen how chimpanzees are? They're the most wildest animal and the most destructive animal ever. Alright? They can't even be calmed down. Some of them can, like the females. But most of them, they're not. You know, if you really pay attention to how chimpanzees are. Seriously. That's why they tell you it's dangerous to have a chimpanzee as a pet. You think a lion is dangerous, or a cheetah or something like that. No. Try to get a chimpanzee. You know? Because I think by the age that they're like 4, they need to go to the wild. By the age that they're 4 years old, they need to go out to the wild, or 5 or some shit. But, again, this is just something that I've always had a pet peeve of mine, because it's just like, ladies, we love you, we adore you, and we want the best for you, but apparently you don't want the best for us. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. Alright? And I don't know what's wrong with your woman. Now, again, not all your females are like that. There's even some females out here that are so smart that are telling the other females, shut the fuck up, we need these men. Alright? Yes, there's piece of shit men out there. Yes, there is. There is. There is. And they don't deserve a fucking dime. They don't deserve the light of day, and they don't even deserve the air I breathe. Alright? Because they're all piece of shit men out there that deserve to be fucking pissed on, to be quiet. Not literally, but deserve to literally jumped off in the ditch because they're that pathetic. They're that pathetic. You know, I remember watching a video that a woman, like, have you seen that video when a woman is calling a guy on the radio and she's complaining about her ex-husband and shit like that, and the guy is like, okay, so it's your fault at the end of the day. You're the one that laid down with them. Oh, this is why I can't talk to you. No. You choose them. You open your legs for him, and he was already a deadbeat to begin with. And you're saying that he was a deadbeat until later on. He was always a deadbeat. Thank you. That's why there's women out here that are so smart to be like, you know what? Is this man going to be a perfect mate? No, I'm staying off. Because they can see the writing on the wall. That's how smart some of these women are. But some other women around here are not. Because they want to do what feels good at that time. You see? Men are like that too. You know? We don't think sometimes. Especially when you're in your 20s, when you're young. It wasn't until you get older in your 20s, or when you're in your 30s, like 32, or even older in your 30s, you start thinking about that stuff. And sometimes not even. Because it just depends on the maturity of that person. Doesn't matter if it's a man or a woman. You know? So, it's just something to think about. You know, it is really something to think about, especially our men and ladies that are really trying to find a partner here, you know? And then you have other women out here, especially men, acting stupid, acting like a tyrant, acting like, oh, like they're not going to get no consequences at all. Which is fucking ridiculous. It's fucking ridiculous. Do you realize that the sun, yeah, this is the enlightenment stuff, I don't care, but did you know that the sun records everything that we do in this planet? And also, search up, what is it? The Dark Knight. There's literally a satellite called the Dark Knight. Or the Black Knight. There's literally a satellite dish that even the United States government doesn't know what the fuck it is. And it's been spinning around our planet forever. And they've been saying that thing has been coding our planet since the beginning of the planet. Can you believe that shit? And look at the technology that it looks, that the way it looks. It looks like something that you see from aliens, and I'm not fucking with you with that shit. Look that shit up, man. Seriously, I'm not lying to you. Why would I lie to you in this channel? Why would I lie to you in this channel? I'm going to say anything. I'm going to say anything that I found that is either truth or corrupt that I need to tell you about. It doesn't matter if you think it's fine or dandy and shit like that. There's corrupt shit that's happening here that will make you think a certain way and you think it's fine. That's not my fault. And look, I was naive at one point. I was, but you need to learn how the government is. You need to learn what they're pushing around here all the time. You need to think for yourself. Because if you've seen what they're pushing out here 24/7 and you think it's good, maybe it's not. Because they don't give a shit about you. Why would they push something to you that it's good? They don't give a shit about you. It's like that one quote from Michael Jordan. When he was talking about drugs and not do cocaine and shit like that, or heroin or some shit. Stop it. Get some help. Buy a Big Mac. Like that's gonna help. Clog my arteries and shit. Even though it's scientifically proven that McDonald's is more addicting than crack. And there's other shit in that McDonald's shit too, alright? And I'm not even gonna say it here. Because if you know, you know. It's fucking disgusting. Alright? All I have to say is there's a reason why people are getting kidnapped here every day, especially the kids. Yeah, I said it. I said it. Oh, that's just conspiracy shit. Yeah, that's something that you just don't want to open up to because you think that everything's hunky-dory over here. Da 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 whimsy, la 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 la. Then when you pull the curtains of Wizard of Oz, you're like, oh shit, I don't want to see that because I'm offended. Oh, that's too scary. No, you already pulled the curtain. The cat's out of the bag, bitch. What are you running away for? You know? So, it's like a whole, there's so many other shit. There's so many other shit. Because society does not care for us, guys. They never have and they never will. So stop acting like they give a fuck. That's why I always say, fuck society. They don't give a shit. You know? There's one thing before I close off this video. Did you know that the United States government they were like, oh yeah, fuck these men and the ladies, yeah, fuck the men too and shit like that, right? And now that there's no men going after women, now the United States government is like, oh, Trump even said this, we'll pay you $2,000 or some shit like that. Not $2,000, right? For you to have a baby. That's not even enough for a kid. It's a fucking joke, bro. It is. That shit's a fucking joke. Why they're doing that is because they're realizing that modern men and modern women are not having kids. So guess what? They're not going to get new workers. Oh, boo-hoo. Boo-hoo, you're not going to have a person that's employed at McDonald's that's my kid. Because you need fucking workers and you need soldiers. Well, too bad. Boo-hoo. Boo-fucking-hoo. You're not going to have those things anymore. People are seeing the writing on the wall, guys. People are seeing this and they're like, fuck that shit. Things are changing around here and people don't care. Some people do, but there's other people that are not seeing the writing on the wall. And that's sad. You know? But don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, guys. Be safe. Seriously. And know the stuff that's happening around you, to be quite honest with you. Don't be blinded. Don't put your head in the sand of all the bullshit that's happening around you. It doesn't matter how you feel with any certain thing. You live your life. Do what you want. But don't put your head in the sand, you know? Don't do that. Don't put your head in the sand. Enjoy your life. Do what you want to do. As long as it's not hurting anybody, basically. And know what's going on around you. Alright? Seriously. You know? So, I'll see you guys later and be safe. And for all you men and women out there that are disrespectful as hell, you are going to get so much karma that is ridiculous, alright? You think it's all fun and games around here? Yeah, it's all fun and games until the light shuts off and you can't do anything. You act crazy like a freaking tyrant. What are you going to do then? What are you going to do then? And then you're going to start meeting people that are like this going after you. I'm not kidding with you. That you think that's a game? Oh no, we're heading to that in the United States. Because apparently you guys are not paying attention to what's happening in other countries. The United States bubble is going to pop.